Real Chinese. Real. Hi everyone, welcome back to Icey's Fantasy.
Hi everyone, welcome back.
As we all know, actually two different individuals to be together in one relationship, it's somehow a luck. Even you are from the same country, it's somehow difficult to meet your right one. So when it's two different cultures with two different cultural background, it somehow can be even more different. We would like to share with you about our story. As you can see, I'm from China, and my husband is
I'm from Rwanda.
Our relationship has like 8 years long. We have been married for 2 years right now.
And we have a handsome son together. So if you hear Rwanda, so you know it's like really far away from the East Africa. So I remember when I come here to China, I just feel like it's like an isolated place. Comparing when I was in Rwanda. So we still feel like we are a little bit open to the world. However, of course, depending on which city.
So Rwanda is open to the world. China is not open to the world.
Yeah. What? Nowadays, internet is everywhere, right? So we are able to access to what is happening around the world. For example, before I come to China, I know some story. We watch the movie about China. We know the story about America. But when you come to China, nobody knows anything about you.
China knows more about America.
Rachel's been a great Miss US.
When the first time I arrived in Rwanda, I was super surprised like how this country can be. Like it's totally different picture as the way I was imagined. It's a very good experience for me to also open my mind to know like how Rwanda is. During the time we were dating or even the time we married.
We can also not ignore that the language limit, it also was one of the big problems.
In our family, right now because we already have the baby and the auntie is here. Now the most language at home we communicate is English. So before the baby's auntie come, the most language we Chinese. Because it's better you communicate with local. But when baby's auntie come, everything changed and we have to speak English.
Because she can speak Chinese either.
So if I want to still speak Chinese, I talk to you in Chinese, and then the baby's auntie won't understand, and you will talk the baby in Kinyarwanda, at least three languages. Yeah, and the baby's like confused.
Those things will confuse the baby. Eating culture here, sometimes I don't really eat pork. From this dish, it's kind of remitted, honestly. But when you go to China, you find out like they got like plenty of choices.
Even the first time we meet, we went to a restaurant, and then we started to order, and you ordered one dish only. And I was like, okay, maybe you are full. So you order one, and from my side, I started to order. I probably ordered two. And the funny thing is, when the dish you order come to the table, you just take the plate and put in front of you. Hey. And it's not a steak, and it's not even it's just one dish, just like a cooked dish. Usually we would eat with rice.
So I guess you guys can tell me.
I realized, okay, you order for yourself. So I was like, I order for us, and you only order for yourself.
I just want to hear from our audience, like, how did they feel? Now it's not happening anymore. Sometimes she doesn't know. She orders something and she feels she like, and then I order something I also feel like, and then when I'm eating and it end up switch. She take what I ordered, and I end up eating her food.
So at home we have an Icey. So somehow it's also difficult for her to cook for baby's auntie. She is actually still like getting used to Chinese food, and we can only cook something she like.
I guess it's the same as like me during those first days when I come here. Every dish on the table I will ask, what's this? What's this? Because I have like personal choices that time. Anyway, now not anymore. Anything on the table, most of the time I will eat.
You're a real Chinese. Real Chinese. Just skin different. But in this relationship, in this family situation, how do we actually really overcome those things like that.
In a relationship, I mean, communication is a key. So
I think for communication issue, it actually doesn't really only happen in interracial couples, because this thing, it actually happens in every relationship
Yeah.
or every family. The only difference is maybe the language is still there and maybe the cultural background is still there. So for interracial couple, you need to talk more frequent. For example, at the very beginning, from my side, I'm very against your sister come to take care of the baby, because here in China, someone who is only like above 20, like from 20 to 18, it's like you know nothing. You are still like a student. You don't know how to clean the house. You don't know how to cook. Sometimes it will be very difficult and very hard for you to think even my sister can take care of my baby. That's impossible. And you did explain to me. From my side, I still need time to
and the kind
really
of she doesn't understand. Yeah.
yeah, but I do trust you, and I
No, she was
do
lying.
feel it's possible. It's different, but still, it takes time to accept that fact.
Yeah.
So until the time reached, then when you see this in your eyes,
You know,
that's
maybe things can be possible.
yeah, that's the time you know, okay, it is like that. When we related to another partner, also religion can be an issue as well. Because I know a couple, they cannot be together because one is Muslim and one is Chinese.
That was our situation because I'm a Christian. I was born and raised in a Christian family.
Because you are also not talk about it, but you are easygoing on that question.
So for me, about the region, really, I can really mention about this one. It's my first time to talk about this like in public. Even
And you
though,
don't have to talk about it,
yeah,
because your
it's
parents
okay.
are watching.
It's okay. It's okay because now I'm an adult. I'm an independent person, you know. So I did grow up in a Christian family. One of the things, even now when I remember, I respect and I feel my own son would have a chance maybe to be grown up in that kind of religious way, because sometimes it make you as a human being to fear something, to do good things. Appreciate my parents to raise me up in that kind of situation, you know. But in some other ways, I feel like I was being pushed to go to do that kind of things, because I remember every time they tell me go to church, whatever, go whatever. I was the firstborn in my family. Try always my best to obey my parents, so I will always go with them. However, when I grown up, I feel like even though I was doing that kind of things, it wasn't like things I wanted to do. So I feel like I can be more free. I can have more choice. Now, I wouldn't say I'm not a Christian, but I would say like it goes in a different direction. I feel like, yeah, I can go to the church when I want to go there, but I don't want to be like those deep, deep Christian things. But of course, I believe in God. I wouldn't deny that.
I can go to church, no problem.
And we went to church together when we
Yeah.
went to Rwanda.
Because I like the construction of church, and every time when I go into the church, it's like I can feel it's a good place to make you calm down.
Yes, it's a really nice place to be.
Yeah, even though I don't have religion, but for me, I am free to go, and I'm not against that behavior. But if it's like your parents wake up at 5 in the morning and then go, that's...
I used to hate that part, like every morning.
So communication is first of the thing, and the second thing is you need to listen. We can't deny there is a lot of fight in our relationship and in our marriage.
Yeah.
You cannot ignore that. And the secret is after fight, like what happened next is the most important thing.
Sometimes I will calm down and then go to her and like really, even though these things happen, blah blah blah. Like,
actually, not really happened more like that after marriage. Things just change after marriage. I have to tell you guys, things are different.
No, still, sometimes she feel I'm no longer sweet, you know.
Men.
Whatever you guys fight, whatever you guys have a certain good talk, like listening to it or listening to your partner and value sometimes their opinion.
For example, there's one day we do fight. When this thing happened, he just left. When the fight starts to happen, he just like, are you still fighting? If you still want to fight, I will leave you. And then he just walk away. That's a bad example. But when you think about it, sometimes when we are angry, we are not able to talk and we are not able to think, and we will do something. If the conversation maybe continue, we will fight more serious. But the good side is after that happened, the second day, or I think it's that night, so my husband just come to me like during night before sleep in the kitchen, and then we are like, oh, when we think about it, it's actually not a big deal, and we still need to, you know, like we do understand each other. Maybe I do ignore you and you do ignore me. So what we need to do is we just realize, oh, we still care about each other.
But for me, the tips would be, if something happened, it will be better, like solve it during the day. Don't let sometimes the negative energy, like don't let yourself start a new day with negative energy. That would be the best tip.
We do receive one comment in our Instagram you shared with me yesterday. How you react when strangers look at you in Shanghai, maybe as an interracial couple, just like in China or in Rwanda.
Let's say in Rwanda, me and her were on the streets. Of course, there will be people stare at you because, again, honestly, in Rwanda also, interracial couple, it's not something common. Sometimes people are curious. In China, sometimes they will think about that, but sometimes add some negative energy on top of it. Like maybe they feel like, you know what I mean? Like in China, they say some really words. Sometimes I don't want to repeat.
There is some stereotypes.
Yeah.
How they consider it.
Like how do they feel like for a Chinese woman married to a foreigner or married to a black person? So some Chinese people, they will judge it in a very negative way. So we had some situation in our beginning when we started dating, and some people were staring at us, and sometimes we feel uncomfortable about it. But now things have changed. If you stay us, you just stay us. We just keep moving, you know. We just keep moving on our things. And then now we have a boy. Even when we're outside, oh my God, our boy, it's really handsome. Like many people want to play with him, and he is very friendly. That every
He's
time,
very sociable.
yeah, every time he meets people, he is talking to everyone.
It's like no matter how other people think about us, we can think positive of them. When we react, we can consider them as they don't know about us. They want to know us.
Yes,
that's it. When you see a smiling guy to you, what you gonna do, right? Are you going to continue your bad behavior then? Another very big topic is like family issue, like related to the parents stuff. I think in that topic we will talk maybe in another video
would
because
be
it's actually very big thing.
Yeah.
And I do think every couple at the end stay together. They do experience a lot together.
As we always say, we only live once. What we want all the time in our life is to keep growing, keep learning, keep exploring.
I think that's pretty much we want to share with you. There is no secret behind.
Yeah.
Everything is about to study and learning and then make it in action.
Like being open and vulnerable, like, you know.
It's just like new challenges every day in life, but you still need to overcome it because tomorrow is still a new day.
Yeah.
So that's why we want to share with you this, and I hope to see you also have a beautiful marriage and beautiful relationship.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's all for our video.
Yes.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
And see you next time.
Okay, see you in the next video.